It's time to go over our top 20 running backs of 2024, and we have to start here with none other than Christian McCaffrey right here at the top spot. He's not going anywhere. We know how consistent he is and how much the 49ers rely on him to be successful in the NFL. Now, if you're talking about consistency, there is no more consistency that's even greater than what Christian McCaffrey can provide for you. He's consistently coming out the gate and giving those runs. He's consistently getting out there and catching the football, and he's consistently putting up top-end fantasy numbers for you. Clearly the number one running back for multiple years. He gives you everything that you want, especially in a PPR league. He's giving you such a high floor. It's almost impossible to be able to pass up on him at the one-on-one, no matter what format you're going with. We're talking about redraft league. I mean, we're talking about best ball leagues. It doesn't matter. You want Christian McCaffrey on your team. Now, at the number 2 spot, you could probably see here, we have a new number 2 guy, and he moves up one spot, and that's going to be Bijan Robinson, the running back for the Falcons. Now, he's going to be involved. The difference between him this year and last year is twofold. One, Arthur Smith, sayonara, son. Number 2, you got finally a quarterback, so that way they don't have to stack the box all the time just waiting for Bijan Robinson to run the football. He even had a decent yards per carry, even though they were targeted in on him, knowing that they couldn't throw the football on the field. Kirk Cousins is going to completely open up this entire offense, which is going to make this thing beautiful. You should see Bijan Robinson. I'm thinking he should probably lead the league in rushing yards this season, and it wouldn't surprise me if you saw that. So coming at number 3, somebody who did reduce down just one, we're definitely talking about Breece Hall. I still really like the guy. I just like the more and more I think about Bijan Robinson, the more and more I like the guy. I had to have him bumped up above Breece Hall. Yes, he kind of shook away all the injury concerns that he had. If there's going to be a healthy Aaron Rodgers here, it's only going to do well for Breece Hall. There's no running backs behind him that you even need to worry about stealing any carries. I don't care what Braylon Allen's going to do. It doesn't matter. Breece Hall is the man here, and with the healthy Aaron Rodgers, he should be able to keep the defense backed off enough to give even more open running lanes for Breece Hall. I like what he provided for you last year, and I think he's going to do even better this year. Coming at number 4, we're talking about somebody who jumped up a spot. I've got to go Jonathan Taylor, somebody who's going to be really just he's going to do well with AR quarterback. Let's just face it, right? There's so much, whether it's the run, play, action, pass, whether it's just AR running the football or throwing the football himself. There are going to be quarterback spies out there, right? There's going to be people really zoned in on AR, and it's going to just open up so much running range for Jonathan Taylor. We've already seen what he did just a couple years ago when he was the number 1 fantasy running back in all of football, and now he has a chance to do that again. Guys are sleeping on Jonathan Taylor, and I'm not sure why they are. He's in a perfect situation to succeed, and I love what he brings to the table. Jonathan Taylor easily for number 4 for me. And as you see, number 5, another guy who jumped up another spot. I had to go Saquon Barkley. I love the situation he's in right here. He moves over here to the Philadelphia Eagles. They lose Jason Kelce, so I think the tush push is going to be reeled back just a little bit. Jalen Hurts isn't going to be running the football in from the 2 and the 3 yard line no more. They're going to turn around and they're going to hand it off to Saquon Barkley. They're not going to say, hey, you highly touted running back, we're going to pay you all this money to come back in here to watch Jalen Hurts get his tush pushed right into the end zone. That's not going to happen. You see what the running backs did prior to him, whether it be Miles Sanders, whether it be DeAndre Swift, they both eclipsed over 1,000 yards rushing. And if you think Saquon Barkley can't do 1,000 yards rushing, if more than that, you're sadly mistaken. I think you're going to see a phenomenal number there for Saquon Barkley, and it's going to open up a lot of eyes. He's going to be absolutely incredible for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, we're going to move it on here to number 6. And I'm telling you guys right now, number 6 jumped up 9 spots from the last time I did my rankings. And I'm going with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry will be phenomenal. You saw what they were able to do with the Ravens run game last season without a really good, competent running back. I mean, Gus Bus really wasn't the man, right? I mean, he wasn't like, oh my gosh, he's a fantasy star. He did very well, ran for a lot of touchdowns, and Derrick Henry is going to be plowing people left and right all over the field to really kind of open up some of this offense and to being a good fantasy back for you. And you can get him pretty cheap right now. Derrick Henry used to go in the top end of the first round. Now you can get him probably in the second round if you waited long enough. And he's going to be a great running back to have on the roster, especially on this Ravens team, who the defense is going to keep the offense on the field. You got Lamar Jackson, which they can't, just almost like what I was talking about with Jonathan Taylor. They're not going to be able to just hone in on Derrick Henry. They got to worry about Lamar Jackson just going all nuts on him. Lamar Jackson can run for 1,000 yards himself, and I wouldn't be shocked at it. So Derrick Henry, I had to move him up here. Once I started really diving into this, and really thinking about these rankings, I had to put Derrick Henry here at number 6. Number 7, we're getting another running back, as you see here. I knocked him back about 3 pegs, and that's going to be Jahmyr Gibbs. And let me explain to you why I do. So Jahmyr Gibbs, I love his talent. I think he's a great running back. My problem with Jahmyr Gibbs is David Montgomery. The situation just kind of sucks for him right now, right? David Montgomery, as long as you're in the red zone, he's been getting all the touches. Yes, I think Jahmyr Gibbs should start to have more of an open offense for him. He's going to have more opportunities to shine. The problem is David Montgomery's still there. He's a good running back. He was good when he was with the Bears. He's been good when he was with the Lions. He's going to be there, and he's the thorn in Jahmyr Gibbs' side, so I couldn't really put him up there in the top 5 anymore, just knowing he's got another running back with him that's taking a ton of workload. And everybody else from round 6, or from my spot 6 up, they're the only running backs. They're the guy for their football team. Jahmyr Gibbs is just, he has a duo out there, so it's hard to put him up there in the top 5. Had to land him here at number 7 for me. And then at number 8, we had somebody that dropped down one more here. We had to go Travis Etienne. I still love this guy. I think he's in a good offense. Trevor Lawrence should be able to get the football to all over his plethora of weapons, especially the new guy they got over there with Brian Thomas Jr. They end up getting Gabe Davis as well. They still got Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram there. I just think Travis Etienne's a good running back, and he's definitely still into my top 5, my top 10. So, I mean, putting him here at number 8 really isn't that big of a deal for me. He's still great, especially in half PPR or PPR leagues. I think he's going to be very, very fine that you got him. He had a very good season last season. He's going to have a very good season next year. I like myself some Travis Etienne. Coming here at number 9, didn't move a spot, but we got to go Rachaad White here. He's a running back that I like to see who has a lot of opportunities with the Buccaneers, right? So I think overall they didn't really bring anybody that scares me. They have Bucky Irving over there, the rookie from Oregon. I think he's going to take away some of the carries, and let's see if he does it. Plenty of times last season they tried to spell Rachaad White. They got close with Chase Edmonds. They had a little bit with Sean Tucker. They just didn't have anybody to really spell them, and are hoping that Bucky Irving can do that. But if for some odd reason Bucky Irving doesn't come in and just wow everybody, it's going to be another year of Rachaad White running all over everybody and having the bulk of the carries, and that volume alone is going to make him fantasy relevant. So that's why I like Rachaad White as well. And then we're going to end it all here at number 10 here, somebody who didn't move anywhere. That's going to be Isaiah Pacheco. Pacheco is one of those guys that, I mean, he runs like a bat out of hell. He's somebody that he gets mad almost when he's running the football, and you need to get out of this guy's way. You saw it starting last year, where they're kind of preserving a little bit of Patrick Mahomes, they're reserving a little bit of Travis Kelce, and they're running the football. You can see 20 attempts per game from Isaiah Pacheco, and I wouldn't be surprised. The only guy backing him up right now is Clyde Edwards-Helaire, more of a passing down type of back. Not going to take a lot of carries away from him. This is still Pacheco's backfield, and I love to see what they are going to do this year. I think he's only going to get better, easily in my top 10 for running backs. Coming here at number 11, I have a running back that dropped down 3 spots. I'm going to say Kyren Williams, and the biggest reason why I'm dropping him is not the situation. The situation overall is pretty much the same. The only thing that did change is Blake Corum, the running back out of Michigan. Guys, when I watch this guy in Michigan, the way that he can shift and change his pace and find the hole and hit the gap, he may be a small guy, but he is one of the better running backs I've seen in college football. The shiftiness and the vision that this guy has should get him ample amount of opportunities on the field, and that's going to cut into Kyren Williams' workload. So I had to drop him here out of the top 10. I still think Kyren Williams is a good running back. He's still the man there, but I just think his workload's going to be cut into him a little bit too much. Besides him and Jahmyr Gibbs, having that guy next to him cut into their workload, it kind of kills a little bit for me. So I had to alter my rankings based on that. So moving right along here at number 12, we're going with Kenneth Walker. I have him just going back just down 1. Had to start knocking these guys down with Derrick Henry jumping up 9 spots. But Kenneth Walker again, right? I'm not scared about Zach Charbonnet. We saw what happened when Walker went out for an injury. Charbonnet came in, and he just didn't wow me. He didn't look like he was like, whoa, that's the running back we saw at UCLA that's dominating right now. No, it's none of that. I think this is Kenneth Walker's team. I don't care that the offensive coordinator and the head coach changed. I think they're going to realize very, very quickly that it's Kenneth Walker's backfield, and he is here to stay. He's still a very young running back and can own the opportunities back here. He should have plenty of opportunities to make sure you are fantasy relevant if he's on your team. He should be able to put up quite a few points in this offense. They've got a lot of plethora of wide receivers out there, whether it's DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and JSN out there with Geno Smith slinging the ball all over the field. Don't forget about Noah Fant, now by his lonesome there at the tight end position. I just think Kenneth Walker is going to be the man. He's going to be the running back that you want to have in this backfield. Easily at number 12 for me. Coming at number 13, I have a running back jumping up 3 spots. That's going to be Alvin Kamara. The Saints offensive line got a lot better. Should be able to give a lot more time for Derek Carr to not only throw the football, but also run the football. He should have plenty of opportunities. And Alvin Kamara catching 70 plus footballs. is going to give you a massive floor just based on his passing opportunity, especially if you're in a full PPR league. You're going to want Alvin Kamara. I had to put him here at number 13, and you never know, before the season starts, he could be even close to my top 10. I'm really liking what Kamara is going to be able to give you. The more and more they work on this offense, and the more and more I see in the preseason, I may have to alter this rankings yet again to show why I like Alvin Kamara so much. But as of right now, number 13 for me. Number 14, I had to drop down a couple spots. Somebody that I truly love, and that is Zach Moss. He's coming into a Bengals offense that he should be getting 16 to 18 carries per game, taking over for Joe Mixon. Nobody's really behind him. I don't want to hear this cockadoodle crap about Chase Brown and he's going to be relevant. He's not going to be relevant, okay? He wasn't relevant last year. He's not going to be relevant this year. It is what it is. He's just not a running back that like Zach Moss is. Like, I'm telling you guys, if you're taking piece of this offense, a lot of people they're really close at ADP, and people are rather taking Chase Brown over Zach Moss. I think that is a massive mistake. It's not going to be Chase Brown's offense. I'm telling you right here on the Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network, go grab Zach Moss. You won't be mad that you did. I think that he is clearly the guy that you need in this offense. Coming here at number 15, coming up a couple spots for me, we're talking about Devon Achane. Man, this guy right here, as long as he can stay healthy, he's going to be electric. My problem with him, of why I don't have him higher, is that he's probably going to miss half the season due to some type of injury. Now, I don't know if it's because the little bit of workload he does get, and he's a small frame type of guy, 5'9" running back. Yes, he's electric. He can break away. Most of his runs is not based on, kind of churning away 4 yards per carry, 4 yards per carry. He runs 3 times. 2 of those he stopped at the line of scrimmage, and 1 he busts for an 80-yard run. That's why his yards per carry is so high, because he has those breakaway runs. So he did bulk up a little bit in the offseason, which I do like to see. As long as he can stay healthy, I'm okay with a James Conner type of role, to where you may miss 3 or 4 games. I'm okay with that. But once you start missing the 8 and the 9 games, that's when I don't want anything to do with you. But him bulking up a little bit in the offseason kind of made me jump up a couple spots for him. Easily at number 15 for me. Let's move right along here at number 16, a running back that I have just pegged back a couple notches. That's going to be Joe Mixon. So Joe Mixon coming to a newer offense here from the Bengals over here to the Texans. And the offense, we have to just face it, it's probably an amazing offense here, ran by CJ Stroud. So you got Stephon Diggs coming over here in the offense there. You got Nico Collins already here, Tank Dell already here. They re-signed Dalton Schultz. The offense is a beast. There's no running backs behind him besides Dameon Pierce. I don't think he's going to be really challenging a lot for Joe Mixon for those carries. But I think overall, Joe Mixon right here is number 16. The main reason why I dropped him down and he's not in my top 15 is I do think Dameon Pierce might take a little bit more of a workload than what people are thinking. Joe Mixon's getting a little bit older. He's a couple years older than Zach Moss, who replaced him over there in the Cincinnati Bengals. So I don't know if they're going to give him a full workload. I don't think you're going to see something like 20 carries a game, but 14, 15 carries a game with maybe 6 to 8 carries a game for Dameon Pierce. Probably what you can see. But what he can do with those carries, I think it'll be really well. I think they should be able to run the football quite well. They're not going to be able to stack the box. They got to be playing in a nickel or dime defense for most of the case, because they have so many passing weapons. So Joe Mixon easily number here at 16. Coming at number 17, a new running back here because he got a contract since the last time we did our rankings, and because he got such a big contract, I had to put him into my top 20. That's Ramondre Stevenson over there with the Patriots. They don't have a lot, let's just be honest. Whether it's Jacoby Brissett starting at the quarterback position, or if they're going with Drake May, eventually probably going with Drake May sometime during the season, they're going to be running the football. They have nobody that's promised to be outstanding as the wide receiver position. Heck, the number one passing catching option is probably going to be Hunter Henry at the tight end position. So they're going to run the football quite a bit to try to take pressure off of these quarterbacks. Ramondre Stevenson should definitely be it. I know they got Antonio Gibson in free agency as well, but I don't think that's going to be a problem with this contract that they're giving Ramondre Stevenson. He should be a big focal and benefactor of this offense. You should be able to get him at a cheap ADP right now too. Should be able to help you quite a bit in fantasy football. Coming right along here at number 18, somebody who's staying at the spot right here, James Cook. Yes, I am scared just a little bit of Ray Davis coming in, taking some of those goal line carries and taking some of his workload away. But as of right now, before we've seen anything, I have to put him at number 18 and assume that he is going to be the back for the Buffalo Bills. The offense changed quite a bit. No more Stephon Diggs, no more Gabe Davis, right? In comes Curtis Samuel, got Keon Coleman, right? They still got Khalil Shakir there and still got Dalton Kincaid there. So the offense is changing a little bit. Who knows? Is they're going to run the ball a lot more with James Cook? Is it going to be a 50-50 timeshare between James Cook and Ray Davis? We don't really know, but as of right now, I'll put him at 18. I'll have to see how preseason goes, how the offseason goes as we continue to ramp up towards the NFL season to see if I want to change this ranking whatsoever. But as as of right now, James Cook, good running back. Got him here at number 18. Number 19, another running back I'm staying there. It's going to be Aaron Jones, a new running back for the Vikings. As long as he can stay healthy, right? He's a very efficient running back. He has good yards per carry, has good vision, and can make some things happen in fantasy football. My thing with Aaron Jones is he just needs to stay healthy. There's a hungry Ty Chandler right behind him who thought he was going to be the man this year, and then they end up getting another running back to leapfrog Ty Chandler after Alexander Madison left. They thought, hey, this is going to be the guy. The Vikings were like, I don't think we're ready to give the reins to Ty Chandler. Let's get another running back. That's why they ended up with Aaron Jones. But again, as long as he stays healthy, should be a fine running back for you. Easily here at number 19. And number 20, another running back here that's new to my top 20. I had to put him in there. The more and more I think about it, it's got to be David Montgomery, right? He gets the opportunities. I just think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to have a little bit more of a role than he did last year. So David Montgomery should take a step back a little bit. But he's still probably going to get a lot of the red zone touches. He could produce for you at a high clip on the fantasy football field. So I just think if you have him maybe as your running back 3, I think you're okay with that. I think that's something you want to probably look at. But him as your RB1, I probably wouldn't be too comfortable about that. But he could still get you some solid fantasy numbers. But that I had to easily put him here at number 20. Guys, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. Most of you guys watching this video right now isn't even subscribed, and I don't know if you know this or not, but it's free to subscribe to the channel, and it really helps us out. Guys, we're pumping out multiple videos each and every week throughout the offseason, leading you up to your NFL fantasy football drafts, and that way you can dominate your fantasy. Like I said, again, hit a like button, really helps us out, and leave a comment down below. Who out of the top 20 that I leave that you guys should think should be in the top 20? Let me know in the comments below. I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.